A man captures a big lizard after spreading a net there. The other man notices the danger zone written on the ground. This means that there is a danger there, and human entry is forbidden there. Seeing this, he asks his companion to go from there. He hears a strange sound while he was bringing out the net he spread. As he moves forward to check, he sees a large trench there. He becomes shocked to see what this trench in the middle of the desert might mean. Later, he sees that his companion emerges from the trench suddenly. He was quite terrified and asks for help. Before he could understand anything, a giant creature takes him after pulling him. He becomes afraid to see this and begins to go from there on his bike. The problem was that the bike didn't start. The creature then extends its large hand and holds this man and pulls him toward the trench. Later, we see two singers who were siblings and were singing in a club together. The boy's name was Cow, and after the performance, Cow tells his sister that whatever money we make from singing with all of this effort, our senior keeps more than half share for himself. That's why I've stopped working with him now. While their conversation, the police of drug prevention come. That starts by looking around the club to see if anyone is intoxicated. In the end, the singers accused Cow of being the only one to take the drug. Although Cow convinces them that nothing is like this. I've never used drugs. Police, however, don't trust him, and after thinking a little about this, he begins to suspect his senior with whom he stopped working. Cow has been freed on bail. While they were conversing, Cow's sister received a call from her mother, telling her of her grandfather's death. As soon as they hear this, they head to their village to greet their mother. Cow starts to think about the childhood days that he spent with his grandfather. When his grandpa was teaching him to extract water after digging, to end up the scarcity of water for the villagers. After a while, they reach their home and meet their family. Here, a girl named Fawn comes who was a childhood friend of Cow. She has become a famous YouTuber, and she uploads videos on YouTube. Cow tries to talk to Fawn, but she was angry with him, and was not talking with him properly. Because Cow has returned to his village after 10 years. During this time, he hasn't kept any contact with his friend Fawn. Now, the scene shifts to Cow's and Fawn's childhood. Here we see Fawn's dad was gifting these lizards to Cow's grandpa because they consider being precious. These lizards were caught by Fawn, but Cow releases them by saying, "We should not cage anyone like this." Fawn likes his words enough that they become friends. Later, we come to the present time where we see both men again. That we see at the start of the film, and they were caught in a cave by the creature. Meanwhile, a creature comes there whose size was giant, and it seemed quite dangerous. In a while, it kills both of these men. Cow begins to watch his friend's YouTube videos. Fawn arranges a competition for the celebration of her 8 million followers. She says if someone extracts water after digging her village ground, he'll win and will be rewarded with a large amount of money. Cow tells his sister about this. She says, "Very well, we should also participate in this competition." He agrees, and later on, they join another boy, Cow's friend too, in their group. Later, they go to the place where Fawn has arranged this competition. There were many people there already who've participated in this competition. All the groups were given a map and a flare gun. They've to use flare guns when they become successful in extracting the water. During this time, a rich man comes there, who has his own business of underground digging. He approaches Fawn so he could participate in the competition, but he begins to misbehave with her. Later, Cow comes there and stops him. Later, Fawn starts the competition after firing the flare gun. Everyone goes to different places for digging in the ground to find water. Two men discover the bikes of the two men whom we saw at the film's start, who'd been the victims of this creature, and then they take their bike and move on. Later, the creature tears up the ground and runs at the speed of their bike.